Your listing presentations are costing you thousands of dollars. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the new way top agents are winning listings without feeling like a sleazy salesman. So let's get into that right now. Look, your listing presentation is probably your most important item that you can stay focused on to master. It is the small hinge that swings big doors, okay? I realized this early on in my career because when I went into my first listing appointment, I realized that there was $10,000 on the line in literally a 45-minute to an hour presentation. So at the time, I felt like it was so much pressure. First off, I didn't know what needed to be signed. I was still confused a little bit on that. And then on top of that, I had to present comparable properties and then have a look at the house. And I didn't really know these people. I was so nervous and I was full of anxiety. To say the least, when I got out of that listing presentation, I felt like there had to be a better way. Why was every experienced real estate agent telling me that the listing agreement had to be signed in one appointment? You only had one shot. It really didn't make sense with me because I didn't know these people overly well and I didn't even know if I wanted to work with them. I had never seen their house before. I don't know what condition the house was in. I don't know anything about the property. So first off, I didn't feel like I was doing a real good evaluation in the first place because I hadn't been to their property before. I hadn't seen all of it. I had done all the research ahead of time and brought comparable properties. However, I really didn't know that much about the property before I went in. And here I am telling them what their property is worth. The whole process seemed really inauthentic to me, is the word that I feel like. And also sleazy, like a car salesman. That's what I felt like. I have to get this done. And there was a lot of pressure on that because there was a lot of money on the line at that time. $10,000 is the potential income if I was to land this listing and sell this property. And when you start calculating how many listing presentations that you go on, you realize that there is a lot of money that is missed from your listing presentation. And this is why it's the most important skill that you could ever learn in this career, is dialing in your listing presentation and not winging it. I hear that so many times from realtors that they wing their listing presentation or they go with the flow. I highly suggest if you're doing that, you are missing a lot of money. You're leaving so much money on the table. So what I realized over time is another colleague of mine making 7 figures for breaking their listing presentations into 2 separate appointments. It puts you in a power position, first off, okay? And secondly, it doesn't waste your time if maybe you don't connect with these people, you're not energetically connected, their house is a disaster, their house is a mess, okay? So maybe you don't even want to work with them. And so then it saves you so much time, puts you in a power position, and it really allows you to build a lot of trust and rapport too, because you get to see the person one extra time as well. So really at the first appointment, what you're doing is sizing up the client. You're seeing if they're going to be a good fit to work together. Are they going to listen to your advice? Are they going to push up against you with everything you said? Is their house in good shape? Is there weird smells? Okay, so you're gauging all this and gathering information and building rapport with this person. So you're pouring into them an additional time. And then from that point on, really, after you leave that appointment, you decide if you'd like to carry forward and do the research for the comparative market analysis and present to them what it's going to look like to work with you as well. Okay, if you don't feel like it's fit, maybe it's a better fit for somebody in your office that you can connect them with too, right? Or it's just not a good fit altogether, and then you don't waste that time up front. And again, it puts you in a power position. Why does it put you in a power position? When they call you, you can tell them like, hey, I break my listing presentations or appointments into 2 separate appointments. The first appointment, I'll get to know you because I don't work with everybody, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together, and I'll gather some information to do a proper comparative market analysis. Sound good? Sound good. Okay, so what does that do? It sets expectations first off, and it puts you in a power position because you're telling them that you don't work with everybody. Okay, that's huge. Okay, you are making a judgment on them whether you are going to be working with them. This is like a game changer, okay? So when you go in, it's you making the judgment. You're in charge, okay? You are the one. They're not interviewing you, you're interviewing with them. And it really does set the expectations and puts you in a position as looking like the expert. But what this also does, it does 4 other things, okay? Sorry, one of the things is, yes, it positions you as the expert. But the first thing it does is you build a lot of trust and rapport because people get to see your mannerisms, people get to hear your voice, and communication, body language is really, words you say is like 7%. Everything else is like body language, tonality, how you speak when you get connected with somebody. It allows you that one extra appointment to get to build rapport with your potential clients, okay? So you can build trust and rapport so quickly. Second to that, yes, it puts you in a power position and positions you as a local expert. Third, it allows you to be authentic to who you are. It takes the pressure off of you, okay? To show up as you are. So when you really are there, you're genuinely you. You're not putting on a show, you're not putting on a mask. You can just be yourself and feel connected to that person and see if it's actually gonna be a good fit. It takes all that pressure off, okay, to get to know them. So when you go into the second time, it's like you've already met them, you already know them. There's already like a connection there. So when you're presenting, the pressure is off as well. And you can go in with a lot more confidence. And fourth, you're providing so much value along the entire process, okay? From point A, when you're meeting them at the first appointment, all the way to appointment number 2. Okay, there's so much value given, okay, along that entire process because you're meeting with them 2 extra times, so the perceived value goes up as well. This is what makes this so powerful, and this is why so many agents now are doing listing appointments in 2 appointments. And I highly suggest if you are doing it in one and trying to get everything signed in one, take that pressure off of yourself. Okay, try doing 2 separate appointments and see how that goes. I can almost predict that your conversions on your listing presentations will go up, okay? Because it just takes that slight edge off. You don't feel so pressured to perform in such a small amount of time with somebody you really don't connect with, okay? It makes it a lot easier to work with somebody when you feel like you know them, you feel like you've met them before, and you get to know their personality. Your guard comes down, especially when you're in the second appointment. Your guard comes down, you're more relaxed, it's more chit-chatty. How was your day, Wednesday? What did you guys get up to much? There's the heavy load that might be feeling on your shoulders is gone. So you can show up with confidence and really perform for your clients as well. And in return, it allows you to really charge premium commissions too, okay, doing all this and breaking it into 2 separate appointments. So I suggest, I encourage you to try doing your listing presentations in 2 separate appointments, and comment below. Let me know if it works for you. Let me know if this is something that, you know, ultimately is helping you get more business, because I truly believe if you're attempting to do it in one presentation, you're leaving money on the table, because it makes all the difference. If you're going in and only converting on 50% of your listing presentations and you can get it to 75% or 70%, that's a lot additional income for you and your family in your business. I've already mentioned this, but this is the number 1 skill you really want to go in and get dialed in on, is your listing presentation, okay? And I would like to mention too, setting your goals and expectations is critically important too. And if you would like a goal setting spreadsheet, message that below, goal setting, comment below in the comments, and I'll send you a goal setting spreadsheet that comes with a video as well, explaining how to utilize it so you know how many appointments you have to go on to ultimately get the income that you're out to achieve in your business, okay? So comment below goal setting, and I will send that spreadsheet to you as well, and you can have that with an instructional video as well. Okay, I'm Nick Doherty, and it's a pleasure sharing this information with you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, make a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to check out more of my videos, watch this video here. It's 87% of real estate agents fail, and why that is, and I share that in that video. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.